What's up, traders? I'm going to show you the exact strategy that I've used to pass several prop firm challenges, including FTMO, and how I've created hundreds of thousands of dollars of trading income for me, my family, and my clients. I'm going to just spend just a few minutes going exactly over the exact details of how I get in, what the methodology is, why I get in, and also where I get out for profit and where I get out for losses. Okay, let's jump right into this. So here's the basic strategy rules, and this is the exact strategy that I've used to create income for me and my family. I'm sharing the exact thing. I'm not sugarcoating anything. I'm giving you the full-blown strategy right now. So here's my strategy rules, and these are the rules that I've had for several years that I have followed to the T. Okay, so basically I trade this strategy called the London's Banker's Close. I also trade the Tokyo Banker's Close and what I call the Sydney Banker's Close as well. The London Banker's Close is the one that I trade with most of my clients. We come together every day and we hop on a webinar. We trade this live. This is with real funded money, with FTMO and other prop firm trading accounts that I have, and I trade this strategy. So this is not like, oh man, I just made this up. No, this is something I've been trading for years, and I want you to see it firsthand, see the power of this, and see if it's something valuable for you and your family. Okay, so basically, like I said, it's called the London Banker's Close strategy. The methodology works like this. So at the end of a trading day, banks or bankers, big international, multinational banks, they have to reconcile their positions. You know, they have margin calls, they have larger positions that they maybe need to deleverage on. Maybe they need to move around other positions and move money from one currency to another currency and so on. So this kind of phenomenon takes place at the end of the day, and the process is kind of like this. So at the end of the trading day, in that last hour, there's some interesting type of there's interesting trading activity that takes place that only happens during that time of the day whenever a market is closing. And you want to trade currency pairs that are related to that market closing. So when you're trading the banker's close for London, obviously something with the pound, the euro, or the franc would probably make the most sense. Maybe the yen, the Kiwi, or the Aussie, maybe not so much because they're already closed. They're not in session necessarily. Those pairs might still be moving, but it's not something that would be pertinent necessarily to the London Banker's Close. So here's kind of what happens at the end of the trading day. If a market's made some kind of extreme low or extreme high, and we identify that with a 22 Bollinger Band. If the market goes to the upper edge of that Bollinger Band on a 5-minute or lower on a lower Bollinger Band, again on a 5-minute, assuming there's no news or any fundamentals driving that currency, which is something that we look for, then there's a good chance that the market will regress back to a median during the day. And so we're just looking for a quick, it's kind of like a scalp trade, but it is something something you'll trade in about an hour, maybe max 2 hours, something like that. And yeah, you're just looking for this little phenomenon that takes place at the end of the day. So I'll show you more examples of what this looks like in just a second. And I'll even show you the trade that we took today using this strategy. So again, you're using a 5-minute chart. I like to trade these three pairs, euro franc, euro pound, or pound franc. All three are really great options. I like to monitor all three on my screens here to see which one has that opportunity lining up. Okay, the banker's close happens between 11 a.m. Eastern and 12 p.m. Eastern every day. And this is for London. There is the Sydney Banker's Close, which happens between 1 a.m. and 2 a.m. Eastern. You've got the Tokyo Close, which is also in the evening. There is a New York Close too, but we can talk about that later. But I don't trade that one as much. I really focus on the London, Sydney, and Tokyo Close. So those are kind of my big trades that I take every day. Okay. So basically, when you're in that hour, you have to be in that hour to be able to execute a trade. If you're outside the hour, you're not allowed to take a trade, period. You have to be inside that hour. and then you're looking for a upper break or a lower break in the Bollinger Band, assuming there's no news or any other fundamentals driving the market. What you want is a currency pair that's moving on just strictly price action at the end of the trading day. If it's moving on price action, there's a really, really good chance you'll get a regression back to the median, assuming there's no news or other fundamentals. Okay, and we talked about the news, we talked about buy and sell orders. Um, and then your job is also to scale into the position as the signal strengthens. And then again, once you get that regression back to the mean, you close at the mid Bollinger Band. I like to leave a couple of trades to run a little bit past the mid Bollinger Band just because sometimes the trades really do run in your favor quite a bit. So I'll show you how that looks as well. But yeah, that's your take profit. Looking for a mid Bollinger Band. I use a fourth of the average daily range as my stop loss if I have to leave the trade throughout the rest of the day. However, most of the time I close within the webinar. So, I mean, I still use a stop loss in the webinar, but usually out anyways. So those are the basic rules. Let me show you on the charts for those of you that are a lot more visual. I'm a very visual person. I feel like I have to see things on a chart to be able to make sense of them. So here's today's trade. I have the pound franc pulled up. I've also used an indicator. I've got two indicators on my chart. I've got the 22 Bollinger Bands, and I have what's called sessions pulled up on my chart. So everything highlighted in green here is the London session. Everything that's not highlighted in green is anything but the London session. The reason why we want to see this is because I want to show you the end of the trading day. So right here at the edge of this green that's highlighted, this is the end of the trading day for London. Okay, so now let's scroll into this. This is today's trade again with the pound franc. So an hour before the market closed would be right here. So between here and here would be the market close. In fact, I'll pull up a vertical line so you can see this here. So between here and obviously the edge, which is right here, is the banker's close hour. This is when we're hopping online to trade together in our live webinars every day. I trade during this hour with real funded accounts, prop trading companies. These are companies where I have verified funds. I get profits from these companies, and I show you all of that in my webinars. So we don't trade demo over here. We trade with real money. That's how we roll. Okay, so here we are at the beginning of the hour. There's really no signal because I've got, you're not in an upper or lower Bollinger Band at the end of the day here until here. So about 15 minutes into the hour, we finally get a signal. We breach the upper Bollinger Band. That's a signal to sell. You have the okay to continue to sell for the next 15 minutes. You're selling, 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 and then look what happens right here. Market pulls back to a median. So that's the regression that we're talking about here. Sorry, my nose is really itchy here. I'm not sure why. But we get that little regression back to the median, and then it continues to fall. Now, you're allowed to continue to hold that trade, maybe close a few trades out for profit, most of your trades out for profit at that mid Bollinger Band because that's the strategy rules, and we need to follow our rules, right? And then you can see the market just continued for the rest of the morning past the close. But this made our money today, this little trade right here. Let's go look at another day. So let's look at yesterday. So I'll just continue along the charts here. This is all overnight, nothing to trade, and then you come here. Okay, so here is yesterday's trade, and I'll mark my banker's close hour. So here is the beginning of the hour, and obviously the end of this green here would be the end of the hour. Okay, so right here we get a signal to add to the position right here. We actually have to wait until about 20 minutes before the London close to actually get an initial signal. So we get a signal to buy here, and we continue to buy throughout the hour, and we're buying about 11 pips into this. And then right at the end of the close, and actually per the strategy rules, you have to add to the position. You're allowed to add to the position during the hour but you are more than welcome to keep the trade past the hour, if that makes sense. So right here, this one was actually really quick. Um, it basically, after we got the entry here, about 40 minutes into the hour, um, right at maybe 10 minutes after the London close, we get this 20 pip bar right here. That wick put us to that mid Bollinger Band, and we exited most of our trades. And then I left a trade on to run the rest of the day, rest of the morning, just to continue to rise. And so basically, right at the London close was the low of the day, right at the London close, and then it just continued to rise for the rest of the day. So really awesome trade right there. That one didn't close necessarily in the hour. Again, it doesn't have to close in the hour, but you're not allowed to add to the position past the hour. So your entry is in the hour, but you can hold beyond it if that makes sense. Okay, next day. Let's go look at another example. So this is 3 days ago, right here. So you can see, let's see. Let's go ahead and pull up the here is the beginning of the hour. Right here, you can see there's a wick, there's a signal right at the beginning of the hour, and then this would be the end right here. So you can see that wick right there punctures through that upper Bollinger Band right at the beginning of the banker's close hour. That's your signal to sell. Sell right away. Again, assuming there's no news on this pair. No news in the last 12 hours related to the pound or the franc, and no news coming within the next 12 hours. Again, we want to trade pure price action. We don't want a lot of fundamentals to kind of convolute the trade opportunity that we're looking at. Okay, so we go ahead and sell right there. Boom, in about 15-20 minutes, you hit the mid Bollinger Band, you're done. Now, you are allowed, you could continue to hold the trade throughout the morning if you wanted to. It looks like would have been great, right? But the minimum target is to hold to the mid Bollinger Band, and then you are done. Okay, next trade, 4 days ago. Every day, most days, there's opportunities. I wouldn't say it's every day, but yeah, most days you're going to have an opportunity. Okay, so here we go. Is this 4 or 5 days ago? Can't remember. Here is the beginning of the banker's close hour right here. And then here is the end of it right here. And there is, I don't know if you can see it, but this is touching the mid Bollinger or the upper Bollinger Band right at the beginning of the hour. So you can go ahead and execute a sell right there. This one doesn't quite go down to the mid Bollinger Band right away, but then it continues up. You're allowed to add to that position throughout the morning. That's totally fine. However, you're only going to be adding for about 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and then you hit the top of the day. 15 minutes into the banker's close hour, and then boom, comes down to the mid Bollinger Band, you're done. Again, you're allowed to continue to hold the trade or hold a couple of trades beyond that time, as long as your stop loss is at break even at that point. But as long as most of your money is clocked out and booked, by the time it hits this mid Bollinger Band, you're done for the day, and that's the regression. All right, let's go look at another one and see it just continues. I mean, you can literally go back and look at every day. And most days are going to have this. And again, you can either trade the pound franc, the euro pound, the euro franc, anything that's related to the banker's close of London is going to make the most sense. I mean, you could trade other pairs like the pound yen, maybe the pound Aussie or pound Kiwi or something like that. I like these pairs a little bit more because they are directly related to Europe and that subsequent quote close out there and those banks that are trading with each other. And so I'm looking for that phenomenon to take place with those banks in this hour. Okay, so here's this day right here. Let's go back. This is like 6 days ago. Here's the beginning of the hour. And this one actually had 2 opportunities, which is really, really cool. You can see here it right at the beginning of the hour, right at the top of the hour, an hour before the London close, you get a signal to buy and you hold to the mid Bollinger Band, boom, you're done with that trade. Now, it did actually come back down later in the same hour and touch the lower Bollinger Band 1 or 2 more times. You could actually buy again and do this and hold this for the next 15-20 minutes, and then you'd be done with that trade. There was actually two opportunities there. But if you're just wanting to get that one opportunity and then be done, that would be this first one right here. You'd be done in about 20, 30 minutes. Okay, let's go look at another one. Each one of these guys in my FTMO account, I trade over $200,000. Um, I'm usually able, you can check my YouTube channel. I post all of my live trading recordings online. Obviously, the live class is for my paying subscribers. I have customers who pay me to who watch me trade and literally take these trades with me in the moment that I'm taking them. Um, but you can go on YouTube and watch my past recordings and see all the trades that I've taken. You can literally see me trade these. I usually make anywhere between, if it's a bad day, maybe I'll only make like $500, but most days we're looking at, $1,400, $1,500 of profit. I've had several days where we make over 2,000. Those are pretty good days, to be honest. And then, I'd just say it's kind of average, $1,000, $1,500 a day is kind of what we're making just on this move alone. And then I also trade, like I said, the Tokyo close and the Sydney close, which all have this same phenomenon. I trade different pairs on those ones though. I look for the Aussie on the Sydney close. When it's the Tokyo close, I'm looking for the yen instead of the pound, right? But it's the same exact concept, same rules, right? So, okay, so here's this day right here. What, 7 days ago, something like that, 7 trading days ago. And at the beginning of the hour, yeah, same thing right here, right at the beginning of the hour, you're up above the upper Bollinger Band. Time to sell, as long as there's no news. Boom, 15, 20 minutes later, you hit the mid Bollinger Band, you're done. You could hold to the lower Bollinger Band too, just to see if you could get a little bit more out of the trade. And actually, that's a second opportunity. You could literally buy right there. You could have two opportunities in the banker's close hour um, if you wanted to. If I were you, I would at least grab the first opportunity, and then you're done for the day. All right, guys. Okay, let's go look. We'll do a few more of these. I mean, it's just so incredibly consistent how often this works out. Okay, this trading day. Oh, this is good. This is a good example to see. This might be a no trade day. Let's see. Yeah, look at this. So this is an example of a no trade day where you don't have a break of the upper or lower Bollinger Band. So you really don't trade in this hour right here on this pair. Maybe you could try an alternative currency pair like the Euro franc. You could trade the Euro pound. Even the Euro dollar would be fine. I'm just very accustomed to these three pairs that I've told you, and these are the pairs that I use during that hour to make my money. And because it's been so consistent over time, I really just don't change up, right? I just, if it's working for me, I just kind of stick with it, right? But this is a day where you wouldn't trade the pound franc, so you'd probably be looking at maybe the Euro franc or Euro pound as an alternative if those ones have an opportunity. All right, let's go back and look at another day. So that's the only no trade day, but no losses so far. Um, here, so cool. Right at the beginning of the hour, you can see this wick, high of the morning, right there. Boom, on that bar, signal to sell. Right, upper Bollinger Band. As long as there's no news in the last 12 hours associated with this pair, or any news coming. We're looking at news like we're talking about GDP, unemployment, rate statements, FOMC meetings. Those are the types of things, inflation, CPI, right? Those are the types of things you want to look for when I'm saying news, right? Technically, every day stuff's happening globally, but there's just the stuff that's scheduled that's a big deal. Rate statements, inflation, unemployment, that kind of stuff. Anything in the last 12 hours and anything 12 hours coming. So long as there's no news, you can go ahead and trade this. Boom, in about, what is this? Even just 10 minutes, you'd be done. 20 pips in your favor. You could hold throughout the rest of the day, I guess, with a possibility of making 45 pips from selling at the top of the banker's close hour. You could do that. And then we just continue, right? We just keep going on, just keep going on. It's just crazy to see every day the opportunities are just so endless here. Look at this, guys. Just look at this. Okay, here's the beginning of the banker's close hour. Right here, if I put my line right there, you're gonna see there's that candlestick low right at the banker's close hour. Boom, you put that there. There's a little wick right here. That's a signal to buy. As long as there's no news, you're buying right there. Boom, mid Bollinger Band, 32 pips of profit, you're done. But there actually was a secondary opportunity right before the London market closed. You could actually have sold because you'd hit that upper Bollinger Band about 5 minutes before the London market closes, and then you could hold for the next 15, 20 minutes and do a secondary trade. You could do both. So pretty awesome, guys. Anyway, so what was that, like 10 different examples? No losing days, a no trade day. If you ever have to leave your trade alone and walk away from the trade because you've got something to do, what I do is I put a fourth of the average daily range stop loss. I can show you how to get that information, and then you can just leave the trade on autopilot for the rest of the day. Um, that will protect you from any massive loss that could potentially come your way. It is so important to have a stop loss. Um, not necessarily to put it like right up against your trade because I don't like that type of trading, but it is important to have one there in case something crazy happened in the market. You want to protect yourself. But since I am actively managing this, I still put my stop loss in, my fourth of an average daily range in, and then I let the trade just go. But on on all of these examples, there wouldn't have been a single losing day. In fact, last month the only losing day I had was one day. It was a Thursday. I can't remember which Thursday it was. Only losing day I had, hit my stop loss, fourth of an average daily range. Very next day I got it all back, right? And every day in that month I was profitable trading this. Every single day I made money, other than one day, which is really remarkable. But so consistent, right? So that's kind of what makes a really great trading strategy is something where you have an edge, where you've exploited something, a phenomenon in the market that takes place. I've just shown you one of those phenomenons. And then coupling that with proper risk management, that's how you pass FTMO challenges. That's how you pass trading challenges. Which, by the way, if you actually come to my light trading classes, join my program, I will guarantee that you pass a prop trading challenge. Otherwise, I will refund all of your fees that you pay me. Like, that's how confident I am at helping you with this, and that will provide an excellent income for you and your family. So, like I said, I'm on FTMO. I have their biggest account there that you can possibly go. I've passed multiple prop trading challenges. I've helped multiple people do the same thing, people who come to my classes. And we have a lot of fun. You know, we come to these webinars and we trade. Now, real quickly, I want to show you guys this. So I actually post these trades for free. So you can actually take these trades the moment they happen. I post them in my Telegram channel. So you can actually, let me show you this right here. This is my Telegram channel and it's totally free. I post my winners and my losers. I post all the trades. You know, this is a banker's close on the Euro Franc that we took this morning actually. Um, and we bought down here, we sold up here. Wish I had held on a little longer. Actually, I did have a trade. I buy right there with a stop loss at break even, and we held this trade out to that take profit that's up here. And then, yeah, all of these are posted totally free. And I do post my losers too. Like on this day, I had some losers in between, but we still won on this day. But like you can see, I had some losers. And I'm not just showing you my winners, right? Like I'm totally real. I show you everything, the winners, the losers, and everything in between. This day was a little messy, but still made our money with the banker's close hour, as you can see here. So this is totally free. How do you gain access to this? So I have a link in the just down below. If you click the little sign up button, and then you do have to fill out this little form, but it's just so that I can start sending you the Telegram channel and start sending you these signals to your email. So it's just this little link here on my website, but it's also just in the little sign up down below and in the description. Um, you hit submit, you put in your name, your email, your phone number, and then you'll get instructions on where my Telegram channel is, how to download Telegram, how to use it, and some other information too. so that you can start taking these trades with me tomorrow or tonight whenever I'm doing the banker's close. Because, like I said, I trade 3 different banker's close opportunities throughout the day. The rest of the day, I'm not trading. I'm helping people like you guys. I'm coaching people, helping people learn how to do this. I'm helping people pass other prop trading challenges. I'm helping people, be successful, find success with their trading. So you can actually access that. Like I said, you just got to click that link below, and boom, you can start receiving these. Now, if you're a really serious person and you're like, what, I don't want just his signals. Like, I want to come to these classes. I want to be there. I want to join the team. I want to be part of the camaraderie. I actually want to be there the moment the trade happens, take the exact same trade Steve's trading in his funded FTMO account. Boom. Then come to my classes, right? So I have these classes that I host every day. You can see this is my calendar right here. So you can see 9 a.m. Mountain Time, which is 11 a.m. Eastern. I'm hosting the Banker's Close every stinking day, right? I also have some other classes. I teach a swing trading class in the evenings. It's called my COT Report live trading. So that'll be tonight on Wednesdays. I do a weekly training for new traders, which is super awesome. And it helps you learn basic concepts about the market if you're pretty new to trading. And then I actually have a class on Mondays that I do this 12 p.m. or 2 p.m. Eastern. It's my $1,000 account and up class, and I help traders who have small accounts build. I give you strategies and techniques on how to build a small account quickly but safely, right? So that's a really valuable class to come to as well, and that's once a week. All of these are recorded, so if you can't come to it live, you can always come back later and watch the recording. So now, again, if you want to come to this, I do offer a 14-day free trial. So you can come to all my classes live for 14 days, join the family, see how it is to trade with me, watch me trade in my live account. You'll be there on Zoom with multiple other people who are also trading with me. You don't have to participate. Your mic's not going to be on. Your camera's not going to be on. All of that's turned off. So when you join, you're just watching me. The one thing you can do is you can come into the class and you can go in the chat box and ask questions, right? You can also email me after the webinar's over. You can message me on Telegram and ask me, hey, Steve, great trade, or hey, I have this question about this trade. Where did you put your stop loss on this trade? These are all great things that I want to help you figure out so that you can become a profitable trader. So I charge for my webinars and all my classes, I charge $97 a month. However, because I want you to see this live and I want you to see the value of it before you get financially committed, I want you to come for 14 days free. So I do offer a 14-day generous free trial. And I do want to be clear, guys, how just industry standard, not a lot of people offer these free trials, let alone only charge $97 a month. Most other places for this type of value to watch somebody with real money trade, you're going to be paying $500,000 a month. I actually know a guy that charges $2,000 a month to come so that you can watch him trade live. Sure, great trader, probably worth the money. Like, I'm not saying it's not worth it, but this is one of your lowest price points to be able to come to something like this where you can actually watch somebody live trade, where you can take the same trades and pass your own challenges and create income for your family. But yes, it's a 14-day free trial, but I also offer one last thing. I do a money back guarantee. So after 3 months, if I can't help you pass a prop trading challenge, or you're not finding success with the trading signals that I send out, the trades that I've taken or that you're taking with me are not being profitable, I will send you back all the refund. I'll send you a complete refund of any money that you spend with me over a 3-month period. Just because I want to make sure that this is a valuable experience for you. If it's valuable, which it will be, then let's make it mutual, mutual for you, mutual for me. It's a great relationship. I only want great relationships here. If it's not a great relationship and not a good fit, like, I don't want you to pay me, right? I want you to be there if it's worthwhile to you. Again, that's also why I want you to come for free for 14 days to see if it works. If not, then leave before the 14 days and you wouldn't even pay me anything, which is really nice. Lastly, for those of you that are really serious, I do charge $195 a month for personal coaching in addition to the live trading classes. So you can meet with me once a month, just you and me. Again, no one charges this low of a price point. I will be raising this in time. Okay, that is not going to stay there very long. So I charge $195 a month for all the live trading classes, the recorded classes, the signals, and in addition to that, once a month, you and I meet for at least an hour, or sometimes, honestly, we go over the hour sometimes. Like if I don't have other things going on, checking my watch, um, then like we'll go over if we need to help you become a successful trader, especially if you're newer to trading. That's going to be a huge value to you. The other thing too is I record it and I give it to you, and no one else sees this webinar between you and me. It's just between you and me. I record it and I send it directly to you. So, which is really, really awesome. Huge value right there. If you're a new trader. So these are all things you can do. You can go to my website, tradingwithsteve.com. You click on the join page right here, and you can start any one of these free trials. You'll get an email with instructions on how to come to the class tomorrow. You can also just access those classes by clicking on the calendars right here, and then boom, you can just show up to the webinars. So, and last other thing too, if you're still skeptical and you're like, well, this is interesting, but I don't have time for that, come check out my YouTube channel, guys. I post tons of videos every day. I actually post the live recordings here too, so you can come back and watch. I don't post the lives. The lives is exclusive for those that come and are part of my community. But if you just want to see, hey, is this valuable to me? Come to my YouTube channel, subscribe, like some of these videos, watch some of these videos, learn how I trade. I've got tons of videos in here that you can watch, and learn how I'm trading. I also have a link to my YouTube in the description below, so you can click on that in addition to um, coming to my live classes or getting my free signals. So anyway, guys, I appreciate your time. Thank you for coming. If you made it to this far in the video, that's super awesome. I'm happy that you would give me that time out of your day. But I also know, and the reason why I am taking this time out of your day is because I know that this will be valuable to you and your family. It will do wonders, and I'm super excited that you would consider joining my community. So anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon.